Hey folks, how you doing? This is Dave, actually for a little bit different update. As you guys may or may not know, look at got some birds, white weird birds flying around back here. Got the Colorado, and I've been slowly doing things on the Colorado over the last year. Yeah, I got the rock sliders on there. I did the bed liner. It's a work truck V6. Nothing too fancy. One of the things you can see, I drive it a lot. It's pretty beaten up. I'm actually going to change this grill out. Put the fog lights in, change the wheels at some point. Don't know if I'm going to do the exhaust. These things sound like crap, but what I'm actually doing right now is I'm going to install a trailer brake controller. This one, while it was a work truck, has, you know, the four-wheel drive in it and everything. Does not have has the capability of tow haul mode, but it does not have trailer brake controller. So you pull this cover out here, just kind of pull back the weather stripping here, and you can get in, and there's these wires here. You just they're tucked up here in the loom, and this is what you'll use to hook up to your brake controller. So I'll pull the brake controller out. Let's try to set this camera up in a way you can see what I'm actually doing, and we'll get it hooked up. We'll route it. We'll find a good spot for it to mount. It's going to be somewhere in this area here. I'm just not 100% sure where I'm sticking it yet. Okay folks, so I got this unboxed. I have a Hopkins brake controller, proportional brake controller. I believe picked it up at like Pep Boys or something like that. And I got this extension harness. It comes with a mounting bracket and everything. But I'm going to use this. I'm actually just going to cut this connector off. And let me just juggle this around here. This connector goes right into the back of the controller, the pigtail that they give with it. But it's pretty straightforward. So, you know, coming from the coming from the controller, they label it pretty well, but, you know, essentially the blue wire, and just see how, hopefully I got this in front of you so that you guys can see it. So this white wire here is ground. Black wire ends up being your battery. Red wire ends up being the what would be like your stop lamp switch, and then the blue one is your actual electric brake signal, right? So if you remember that, and then we come down here, you look on this pigtail. This is your battery right here. Blue goes to blue. That's your brake signal. This is your ground. And then this actually goes to your red wire, which is like your stop lamp switch. So hopefully you guys saw that well enough that it made sense. So get in a little bit here. Battery, brake. So this is the controller wire, ground wire, and then the stop lamp switch on this guy right there. So what I'm going to do is cut this end of this pigtail off, and I apologize how dirty everything is. I use this truck a lot. I'm going to wire this in, and because it's inside the car, you know, I don't necessarily have a problem with using, you know, the connectors that the butt connector style stuff that they give you. It's kind of crappy. I have some better ones inside the garage that I'm going to grab. Let's get this wired in and get the controller mounted. Okay guys, so here you go. You can see I got it mounted in. I actually have it right here above my right leg. It's pretty good spot here, tapped in to the body panel here, and then I ran the wiring down through a little opening here, and it tucked up very nicely here. So what I'll end up doing is pulling this, I don't know if you can see it here, but, you know, I'll pull this back. I'll put the covering right back over top of it. You won't even see it hanging down. This is like a different connector that was back here. Gotta shove that back up in there. But it's clean, sorry. Unlike my floor mats, it's about as good as I can get without permanently banging a hole in it. And I like that because I can get to the cabling pretty easily. So what I'll do, I'll put this panel right here back on, and it's pretty straightforward. But we'll just essentially get it over top of this piece, tuck it in, snap it down, and be done. Then we'll have to get the car hooked up. We'll get the truck hooked up, test the brakes, and I mean, that's pretty much it. It's very straightforward. Just got to take your time, put the wiring together. But yeah, let's get it buttoned up, and we'll test out the brakes on the trailer. The thing hasn't run in a long time, so I should say the trailer hasn't gone anywhere in a long time, so I'm not expecting a lot of success on this. I think the brakes will probably be blocked up amongst some other stuff, so fingers crossed. So here's my trailer. It is actually a really good trailer. You can see I've been testing out some paint on it. Used to be big Oldsmobile. guy, so has the Oldsmobile inlays in there. I'll pull them off, but I got to redo the wood on it. You can see the wood's pretty beat. I got to rebuild the ramps, but I don't know what lights still work on it. It's actually a pretty solid trailer, sans like a few things. Like this is okay, but it'll probably fall off. So I'm gonna probably come up with a way to do I'm gonna redo the lights on it. Gonna redo the paint, clean the paint up on it real good. I'm gonna pull the boards off, strip the boards off, put some new wood on it. Looks like they did something like a almost like a 2x12 or a 2x10 here, and they did like a 2x6 here, something like that, or a 2x8. But you can see the boards are curling, they're splitting pretty well there. So I'm going to drag this out. I just put the brake controller, and I'm going to try to clean this off. I'm going to replace this. It's my full-size spare, the spare for it. I mean, this thing's pretty rough. It's been around for a while, but I mean, it's not a terrible trailer. So yeah, she needs new fenders, and if I'm going to make fenders that I can take off of it, just because this is not ideal for the car. Try to get the door open and being inside the car and get the door open. So all right, let's get this set up, and we'll bring the got the truck all hooked up with the new brake controller, so let's bring her in and hook her up. So one of the things here, I redid a lot of stuff on this truck before it kind of parked. So I got really heavy duty chains, and the connector, some of the wiring was redone, but I honestly don't know how good things gonna be. Yikes. Boy, that is annoying. Is what that's going to be. So one of the things I'm definitely going to have to do is I'll probably have to flip this hitch around. Yeah, flip this receiver. Man, flies are getting bad. Alright, so one thing I'll definitely have to do, I'm seeing here, is this thing is not going to lock in very easily. So I'm going to have to break that loose. A little froze up, but and then this was just a little, it's where a jack used to be, and then they put it on here. So what I do is I got this set up, just real simple one. It goes on here to just kind of keep this up so that the thing doesn't break loose and fall. Got a nice chunky board here, fold it up. So it's hooked up, lights are on. Interesting. All right, so one thing I'll definitely have to do, I have to adjust it. You gotta move it a little to get that thing to lock in for the pin to drop, but let me grab you. All right, so you can see lights are working. At least one on the side's working. Let's see here. I got one. That's hilarious. I got at least one on each side now. Whether or not the brakes work, oh my god, and the front one works too. The thing's still working. Holy moly, you gotta be kidding me. Wow. Wow. Honestly, I'm shocked. This thing's probably sat out here for like 7 years, man. Look how bad the flies are. Wow. Mosquitoes are getting bad. I gotta get it out. Yeah, son, I'm gonna get eaten alive. I can feel them. I can feel them, they're biting me. All right, let's get her set up. Let's drag her out. Believe it or not, this truck definitely still has a bigger gap up front than it does, or I'm sorry, bigger gap in the back than it does up front. So this thing isn't loaded, but it definitely looks like she'd be able to carry it, plus the weight of a car on it. But I'm pretty shocked actually, because I mean, I got some lights on it. The trailer looks ugly. The connector is a little rough. I'll be very honest with you, it's rough right now. But I think what I'm going to do is Amazon sells a kit. It's a 7-pin kit. Comes with a nice wire. Can mount it up in the rails here, so you can see in there. I can get it. I can mount the box right on the rails there. I can route the wiring here. I gotta clean this up and sand this down and weld it in better, man. I never knew it was that bad. Never needed them, but still. But this connector is very finicky. I'm noticing I'm having some trouble on it maintaining a connection on the brake controller. It is connected right now. When I do the oh crap button, I'm only getting one wheel dragging right now. So and you can see here's my, you know, there's some dents in it and stuff like that, but this thing will clean up. I'm going to cut the fenders off. I'm going to get rid of all this. I'm going to weld a bracket in, or I'll come off of this. I can actually probably come off of this with a piece to mount onto it, and then I'll put my own bracket here. But what we'll do is I'll make it so that I can easily remove my I'll do it so I can easily remove the fenders, and I'll come up with something clean that allows me to still keep it balanced along the frame here, and I may be able to do something pretty slick to kind of hold it into place. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll give it a shot. Like back here, the I got two lights. They blink when I got the hazards on. They do blink, but like they're so dim. My rings, everything looks good here. I'm gonna have to really rewire this whole thing. You can see the boards are nasty as hell, heck. So I'm gonna tear all these off. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna tear this whole thing down. I'm gonna pull this fender off. I'm gonna just go to I'm gonna take one of them with me, and I'm just gonna go to Tractor Supply, because I'm pretty sure they have what I need. And I'm debating on whether or not I even want to put the inner fender piece in here. It does help with stiffening, you know, putting that back piece in, but it may just end up being a bigger pain in the butt. So I'm not sure if I'm going to spend the money and buy the like $200 fenders on it. But I got another frame rail light here, which a frame light, side light, so I'm shocked about that. I'm gonna get a new box for this. This thing doesn't lock. Got my spare. I may even splurge and get new tires, but I think I could probably get this thing damn near new, you know, in really good fighting shape for under $1,000. But I do have brakes. It's not on both sides. I know that much. I'm dragging. I can see here. You can see brakes are dragging on the right side because there's a gap, and it looks like I'm getting at least, I can't tell if it's two continuous ones or just one that is working, but you can see I am dragging brakes. So man, I tell you, this little V6 is a little V6 they could, man. You take my time, but I think I'm gonna fix this trailer up. I'm I'm in like super fixer-up mode, man. I don't want to spend any new money on anything, but this just tells me right now, I'm tired of renting the U-Haul trailers. I'll be real honest with you. I do not want to do that anymore. And with a trailer like this, I can load it up with the slicks, no problem. So I'll start pulling these boards off. We'll get it cleaned up. I'll work on it a little bit tomorrow. The boss is going to be home, so I'll probably have to work on the basement. But all right, well, there you have it. There's a start. I'm going to have to do some maneuvering, pulling these boards off and working on it, but it's good bones. It's a good start. I love this trailer. It looks like this truck will pull it, and if not, I got the Suburban. I'll have to put a brake controller in that, but the brake controller works in this one, so we'll call this part one. Part one, brake controller works. We're victorious on that, but we got a long way to go, guys. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll put some more on for this. We'll be back in the garage on the next one, working on the rear for the SS, but I think I'm just going to enjoy the car for now. I'm going to take that to the track for the showdown, but I don't think I'm going to be racing. I think I'm just going to be watching for this go around. But again, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. We're over 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for that, but I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do yet. 1,000 subscribers for me is a big deal, but yeah, stay tuned, guys. More great content to come.